that was said, this was said, and so now let's look into this individual. So this individual, his son, his son, his son is in Pisces, but I like to go deep into the degrees. Well, the deacons, rather, I should say, because we can even get deeper into degrees, but the deacons, you feel me? So there are, for every sign, there are 3 deacons. And so for Pisces, right, the 3 deacons are the deacons of verity, right, the deacon of self-sacrifice, and the deacon of vicissitude, you feel me? These are probably verity and vicissitude. You probably never heard those words, or maybe you did, who knows? But anyways, my client over here, right, he has his son within the deacon of verity, right? And the word verity ultimately means a prominent belief or concept, or not concept, a prominent belief or principle which you yourself uphold to, you know? And so you have to understand that Pisces as a whole rules over that energy of believe, you know, I believe, as Pisces' thought trend, you know, or affirmation. I believe, I believe, I believe, because you don't have to be anchored in reality to believe, you feel me? And Pisces is a sign that really deals with fantasy, you know, and illusions and things that aren't real, but it's like making it real, you feel me? Because Pisces is also the imagination, you feel what I'm saying? And so for my client, the best advice I can give him, you know, with his son being in the deacon of verity, and it's also in the 3rd house, and we'll get into that as well. So with the son being in the deacon of verity, it's of great importance that he is attentive to his beliefs, you feel me? And it's like through gaining an understanding of the beliefs that he has, and then starting to cultivate new beliefs that are in alignment with themselves, right? And we're dealing with the sun here, so it's like his belief regarding himself, his self-image, how he sees himself, how powerful he perceives himself, you know, and just his understanding of how it is that he fits in the grand scheme of things as an individual is important, you know. And those beliefs that he has, those are what are going to allow him to express himself on a higher octave, you feel what I'm saying? And so, you know, ultimately, you may be thinking that, but that's with everybody. In a sense it is, but in a sense not really. Like, we're all acquiring the same thing, but we're doing it differently. Like for me, I have my son in Gemini in the 10th house. So with Gemini, and it's in the deacon of reason. So for me, I need to cultivate my reasoning abilities, my intellect, and my logic, you know. And the more I can do so, the better. And so, just talk about me just a little bit, you know. So this deacon, you know, the deacon of reason, you know, it also it's associated with the story of the giants who became like arrogant and like just dumb, you know, and they thought that they can climb to like Mount Olympus or whatever, if what I'm saying, and overtake the gods, right? Because they thought that their strength was everything, you know, and so they thought that they can use their strength to overtake the gods. And so, you know, this deacon of Gemini, right, it's signified by Ursa Major, the greater bear, you know. It's a big bear. I think it's also it's the Big Dipper as well, you know what I'm saying? And so these individuals risk thinking that their intellect is everything, you feel me? And thinking that they can, like, you know, Gemini also is a trickster, you feel me? Mercury, or Loki, also a mercurial archetype, is the god of the trickster, right, in Norse mythology. So it's like, yeah, these individuals do have to be attentive that they don't allow their intellect to get so big that they think they're bigger than God or something like that, you feel what I'm saying? Like, they think they're so smart. Like, it's a needing of learning and understanding to balance, because it's like Gemini also holds the deacon of intuition. Fortunate for me, I got that balance and equilibrium. My moon is in the deacon of intuition, so I'm good, you know. And I know that I'm intelligent as heck, but this intelligence is just because I have it because it is going to serve the greater plan, you feel what I'm saying? And I am a humble servant, you feel what I'm saying? But yeah, you know, so my client here, that's what he needs to tap into and attain awareness, understanding of his beliefs. Now, astrology is so lit because he also has Leo in the 9th house. And so that means his sun is ruling over the 9th house. And so for him, he will rise in power the more he gets into the 9th house. You feel me? And so the more he gets into the 9th house, meaning the more he, well, it's actually the other way around. Well, yeah, no, it's the same flow. It's the same flow because it's Pisces energy. Ooh, damn, we got that polarity between the 3rd and the 9th house as well. So it's a lot going on here, you feel me? So first and foremost, with this 9th house being in Leo, with Leo ruling over his 9th house, with the sun ruling over his 9th house, this is an indication that the way that he's going to cultivate his philosophy and his perception on life and his religion, a lot of us aren't religious, but at the same time, we are religious. And what I mean by this is, alright, we're spiritual, right? I'll just say we're spiritual. But I like to, because I'm in a space now where I'm like, yo, these words, they're so restrictive. And it's like, you can't explain certain things because of the words that, we utilize in English. But yeah, so it's like, the more he allows himself to get into the beliefs which he upholds, you feel me? But then this is Pisces' 3rd house energy. And the more he explores his beliefs, so let's talk about the 3rd house real quick. The 3rd house, it deals with the mental environment. It deals with many things, but in this case, it's relevant for me to talk about the mental environment. It deals with the mental environment. So this is him. In Pisces, it very much deals with deep introspection and like meditation and going into the inner realm, as Pisces also deals with dreams. So like Pisces 3rd house sun, this is like him allowing himself to get into his mind and utilize those 3rd house energies which deal with education, because the 3rd house is Geminian energy, so learning, and he needs to get into it and learn and educate himself about his beliefs, but also establish communication with himself. And Pisces also rules over the spiritual realm, so if I was to go deeper, I would help him gain an understanding that with the sun being here, as an individual, he is also being influenced by unseen forces. And so Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer, these are all signs that deal with our ancestors, you feel what I'm saying? So the 12th house energy, right, this is him and he's being influenced, and it's important for him to become aware of his influences and even become aware of like his heritage, his DNA. Because see, me for instance, I was born in Africa, right, and I'm part Egyptian, you feel what I'm saying? And so my ancestors and the things that they did, you feel me, they influenced me. But it's like, it's different, it's such different energy from him, because the way that my chart is set up, it's different, but it's kind of the same, but not really. But yeah, so for him, it would be important for him to be aware and conscientious of the different influences that he's receiving as well, and of course I go deep 100%, but I need to keep this narrow, because yeah, I need to keep it narrow, because it's not the point of this video. And I broke that down right there just to kind of elaborate and explain to you guys the value and significance of it, Well, without further ado, that'll be it, you guys. Thank you for tuning in. And if you're new to this channel, definitely subscribe. And if you haven't gotten your birth chart decoded, what are you doing? Definitely tap in with me, you feel me? I broke the birth chart into 4 sections, and I'm charging $45 per section, you feel me? So it's very worth it. And I made it very reasonable and affordable for everyone. And so definitely, save that money, you feel me, and tap into that information, because once you have that information, then you have a blueprint on how you can allow like your desires to express higher, you feel me, through higher channels. It's like desire energy, and our desires are based upon our astrological alignments. We desire certain things because we have certain energies. And it's like these energies, when we're unconscious and unaware, are expressing through lower octaves. But then when you become aware of them, that is then when you are able to change them. Because how are you going to change them if you're not aware of them? You feel what I'm saying? And so, astrology, I love it. It has withstood the test of time, you feel me? Like, think about that. Think about that for a little bit. You feel what I'm saying? But anyways, peace, 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 peace. Beautiful souls. You guys have a beautiful, blessed day.